Hello, hello, hello! We are back with Pillars of Eternity. This is Rule Games. We just defeated Mayorwald. I don't know exactly how that will finish the quest for Eder. He went mad, recounting past lives and bloody eternal conflict there. Cannot have been good for him. Well, we'll see what the rest of this keep has in store, though. So, move around. We got a lot of experience. No one leveled up just yet. Fallon is still beat up, but we might be able to have some rest soon. Alright. Let's loot things. So he was a wizard. You get the grimoire. We're going to start reading through this stuff. And we have a primal flame. Primal wind.
Mm-hmm.
Following your lead.
Nice and slow.
No, stop that. Alright. So we opened up this door pretty quickly. There might have been a key or something to get through here before. We do have a nice high mechanic rogue, Xiaomi.
Yes.
Xiaomi, what can you tell me about this? Can you
I
unlock
can
this?
get it to spill
Without a
its
single
secrets.
lockpick. Excellent.
It's done.
Gold. Do go into sneak mode just so you don't get hit by a trap. A worn book lies on the table, its pages filled with nonsensical scrawls. A sickly sweet smell of rot rises from this half-eaten fruit.
If it makes you rest easier.
I shall make it so. It's done.
More gold. How much money do I have? It should be 1,700. We are starting to get some money. We're done with our food, though.
Yes?
Alright, everyone. Sneak up. Let's go.
You cannot wait that older set? I don't want to discuss
Kano
it.
wants to talk to you. I take it he's not very happy about what happened.
Yeah.
How do I talk?
Following your lead.
Do I just click this?
Poor Mayorwald. He couldn't contend with all that he knew of himself. A cruel fate.
It may be my fate, too. It may, but Merrill knew his curse, and for all he succumbed to it. Perhaps he gave you what you need to escape his fate. Let's seek out these ruins he mentioned. We may find something of use.
Following your lead.
Silence surrounds me.
Spiders. More beetles. Hi. Why do you get 3? I still don't understand that yet. Can you shoot?
How may I?
That was not good. Let's try that again. Is everyone alright? You're not alright. Try to heal up. We are running low on spells, so just do what you can. If I switch out the Grimoire, do I get the spells back? That is very possible. I'm gonna have to look into that. Try to do something useful. Xiaomi, do another attack.
Yes? Yup.
Well, we got a lot of beetle shells. Alright, everyone go back into sneak
Sharp
mode.
eyes and keen ears.
No, no, don't get out. Alright. Some stuff. Copper.
Following your lead.
Aye?
So if I look at the... Does this mean I can use them? I mean, let's find out. Nope, it does not. So that means that we can't stack certain things. I need to... Okay, so these are my known spells. These are spells I can use. The reason I probably can't use the other grimoire is because I just don't know any of the spells. I need to learn those
Following your
spells.
lead.
I'll worry about that later. Maybe when we get to town. Back. Well,
Hey,
what is this? A looter? Well, let's knock out the spider first.
Following your lead.
Reload.
how may I help?
Alright. Go over here.
What?
Oh?
Following your lead.
Swap
Hey.
out.
Yes.
How may I help?
You already have a ranged
What?
weapon. Oh, you're still unranged. You need to get back to a melee. Alright,
Following
everyone.
your lead.
Shoot!
For Takoa! For Takoa!
You, however, do not have a range. I didn't put it on you. Whatever. You keep shooting him. You swap over to your sword and fight. You swap over to your weapons and fight. You stay there. You swap over to your melee weapon. Fight. And you get a nice AoE effect right here.
Hey,
You take out that spiderling. Stop doing that. Thank you. You shoot another one of these. 'Cause why not?
Yeah, let's go.
Alright, good.
Yes? Yes?
To whispers and shadows.
Alright, we're gonna try another ranged assault. Holy crap, that's a lot of looters.
Hey. How may I help?
Oh?
We're gonna
Certainly.
try to get one round of ranged attacks in. So,
Yes?
everyone try to shoot this guy. Everyone try
Following
to
your
shoot
lead.
this guy.
For Takoa! Wait.
Alright, well, that was so-and-so. You... Did I... Darn it. Alright, whatever. Everyone back. To melee. You, do your thing. Okay. Whoa. Where's the gold pack knight? Try to take out the gold pack knight. You shoot that looter. You do more damage with stuff. Anyone dying here? Yeah, you. Try to hit that. Xiaomi? Boy, oh boy, we're starting to get spread thin here. Xiaomi, do another double attack, please. Good. Well, we're already spread thin. You shoot this looter. You shoot this looter. Anyone dying? Come on, Xiaomi, you can knock the looter out. You go there. Ader. Kill this looter. Aloth, you're doing nothing at the moment because you're weak. And you're shooting. You killed them. Good. Go back here and smash this guy. Alright, we did it. Many of our guys are very hurt.
As you say.
A wise man would camp right now.
Oh?
Alright, pick that up. That would have been method number 2 of getting into this place. Frog helm! Maybe if we get like full plate mail, someone could be in that.
To whispers and shadows.
Following your lead.
Yep. Follow my lead. Let's be cautious. Yes, we're beat up. Some of us more than others. Some of us much more than others. Endless Paths of Odd Nua, level 1. That does not sound like I want to keep going down this way.
I can get it to spill its secrets.
Part of me suspects I
Following
shouldn't
your
keep going
lead.
down too much further. I could do it later.
Of course.
I think. Let's just go up and see what the rest of the place is like. We're very beat up and we should be resting. I think we can both agree that this place is best left for another time. Might as well use up our last spell though, right? Well, there could be a surprise up here. That's quick save. Alright, we will be back here later. Alright, no need to sneak. Let's get back up.
Aye, you're right. No sense listening to that old vampot. Damned Virago, not now!
Hello.
Following your lead. Following your lead.
I felt Mayor Wald's passing. You slew him.
Several of him.
It saddens me to hear it. But part of me is grateful to no longer have to wait and worry in darkness. This place has always known its master, long as it's had one. It has a will all its own, which has little to do with the castle and much to do with the land it's built on. It looks to you as Mayor Wald's successor now, whether you care for it or not. A dubious honor, inheriting a fortress both broken and cursed. But in the right hands, it could be so much more. If you had only seen it in its day. Will you stay?
Yes, I want a frickin' castle. I've always wanted my own keep, even if it is a little cursed. Feel the same emanation of warmth and energy in the air. Then it is yours, my lord. I cannot begin to tell you how glad that is, how good it is to know that the keep is in capable hands once again. I suppose I should mention first that if you mean to travel to Defiance Bay for supplies, there has been a complication of a kind. The Eastern Barbican collapsed decades ago, and Merwold never got around to rebuilding it. The road here is a dead end. He got as far as gathering materials before he became preoccupied. I could make arrangements to have it repaired, if it is your will. When it ceased to be the previous master's will, I became powerless to do anything about it, for what am I but the master's instrument? It would take time, but far less than finding another route to Defiance Bay. How do I repair the Barbican? Merwood set aside materials for the Barbican, and they will still be available to you. In the future, if you wish to make further repairs to the keep, We will need coin for supplies and labor. What did you mean when you said this keep was cursed? Merwold's curse was his own, a watcher's curse, but his predecessors have not fared better. There is a presence within the keep, or rather, far beneath it. Oh, the endless frickin' ruins of that bloody thing? That will be a task. That will definitely be a task. Oh boy. At least such has been the conclusion drawn by all who have come to this place, for what spirits still linger in the endless path oft speak of Master below. Every effort to settle here has failed. From the time of our Aedirian colonists onward, beasts rise from the endless path until the new lord or lady is no more. The one who dwells below, this master, does not tolerate rivals, it seems. I have seen from time to time intrepid explorers descend to lay claim to what answers they can, but none return. This is the force which has kept Caed-Nua a barren ruin, and robbed me of my hopes. Sounds like a challenge. The endless paths? That, my friend, is where I must go. Where we must go. If you will go with me, whatever devils lie beneath, think too what knowledge we will find. Perhaps this master speaks Aedirian. What are the endless paths? The endless paths of Old Nua. That is the name given to the labyrinth beneath the keep. The Earl, we were warned by the Glenfarthens that this site was cursed, and there is a legend attached to it, though at the time we thought nothing of it. The ruins were built, it is said, by a powerful Engwithan named Old Nua, who ruled there until his people turned against him. They destroyed his endless paths, and filled many of the upper tunnels with the soil and stone. No one living knows how far down the tunnels stretch, and few have ventured there have returned. There is much talk of riches and treasure. The promise of Engwithan relics alone has drawn many fortune seekers. To their death, I fear. Who is this master below? I could not say with any certainty. I believe it must be tied to the man said to have been architect of the endless paths, the Engwithan tyrant Old Nua. Some claim his spirit endures, or at least has laid a curse upon the site. I cannot imagine much remains of his work, for the ruins have been here 1,000 years or more, but what is left is impressive. The Earl certainly thought so. You may have seen, while below, the hand of a great statue Old Nua constructed. Perhaps it is a statue of Old Nua himself. But am I not the master of Caed-Nua? Of course you are. The keep would have no other, but the endless paths are a different thing entirely. It is unfortunate, really, that they are so closely entwined. If the master below is not dealt with, there will always be a threat to the keep from within. I know it is much to take in, but if you would remain, if you would be lord of this place, then I can only advise you to seek out this foe before it destroys you. Well, that's an interesting twist on things. I don't think I'm powerful enough to actually go down there and start conquering everything, but maybe in the not too distant future. I have other questions. Yes? How can I help? What does being the master of Caed-Nua entail? Why, there are many responsibilities involved in maintaining a keep. The extent to which you wish to get involved is entirely up to you, of course. Part of the reason I am here is to ensure that things run smoothly in your absence, provided we have been given instruction. If you instruct me on which repairs you wish to conduct next, I will make the necessary arrangements. These may take some time to finish, but each will provide you with additional resources once they are complete. Given somewhere to place them, we can hire tradesmen to provide you with supplies or ingredients. Repairing the keep will raise your prestige and draw both helpful individuals and unwelcome attention from bandits and opportunists. If we can raise the keep's security in turn, these will become less of a concern. Nifty. I am certain you are more than up to the task. How do you instruct people? You just talk to them, like, as a spirit thing? Time to find this queen of the City of Defiance. You must know this queen you're looking for. Defiance Bay has no queen. The Maquins of Adir haven't reigned here since the war. The only queen with any power there is Wodeka. I am told they erected an exquisite temple in her honor there, but I was never able to see it. The party gains experience. If you mean to go there, we can get started right away on repairing the Barbican. You need only tell me what you wish to do, and I'll make the necessary arrangements. Meyerwold kept a ledger, as it happens, and I have taken the liberty of updating it. You could take a look if you wish. Let me see what repairs I can make. Then we'll get underway at once. The steward's voice belies a giddy excitement. Know, my lord, that this is but the first and least of a great many undertakings. The keep supported a great many buildings and servants for many years. If you should wish it, we can repair some of the outlying structures, and these will bring you wealth and recognition, drawing people to your service. Rebuilding the defenses will keep your grounds from becoming overrun, as they did under Meyerwood's keeping. You need not choose all at once. I am pledged to your aid, and so long as you are master here, we shall always be linked. You need not step upon these grounds to speak with me. Wherever your travels may take you, you can make your own will known to me, if you but reach out. Oh, but of course, the Barbican. Alright, so now we get to see what we can build in this place. Requires main keep, requires Eastern Barbican, Bright Hollow restoration. We can rest here. Unlock resting bonuses. I wonder if we can rest for free as an investment. A lot of these things requires main keep. Requires Eastern Barbican. Library, huh? Nifty, nifty, nifty. Look at all of these things I can build. Wow. This will be the money sink, ladies and gentlemen. So I can just get the Eastern Barbican already if I want to. I'm going to hold off. This is upgrades. No events currently pending. Status, nothing new to report. Turn 2, turn 1. Must build the barracks to recruit hirelings. Alright. What's this? Miscellaneous. Prestige. So I get more security. More prestige. I'm not going to do it just yet. I want to explore and take everything in first.
Following your lead.
Oh, this guy wants to talk to me. New quest, the Master Below. My steward has informed me that long ago a powerful Angwithan constructed a labyrinthine dungeon underneath Caed Nua known as the Endless Paths of Odd Nua. Yeah, I do remember the Kickstarter involved like additional tiers of these endless paths. Anua was killed by the people of his time for his deeds, but the steward claims that a powerful force still dwells within the ruins. Whenever someone attempts to take possession of Caed Nua, the Master Below stirs a wake and sends forth a flood of monsters to reclaim it. If I do not deal with this sinister presence, I may eventually share the same fate as the Adirians who tried to claim this land long ago. Explore the endless paths. If I intend to settle in the stronghold, it is likely I will have to contend with the Master Below. My steward has urged me to descend into the endless paths and seek out this enemy so that Caed Nua will finally know peace. Right, but is it a place that I can go to right now with my current party? I'd like to have a strong, base before I end up going down there. Would be a good idea, I think. Never far from the Queen. It's the main quest. I think there are different acts in this game. I'm still on Act 1, I think. Yeah, Merwold was definitely not in any condition to answer questions. Kind of sucks. I mean, does he want to talk to me? Doesn't seem like it. We are all beat up. Look at this. Well, I mean, the wizard's in very good shape. He's about the only one. Good job. You used to be the one getting beat up all the time. What do you want?
I confess, I was hoping our meeting with Merwold would go a little differently. But then, you have gained an entire keep. I don't think I've seen anyone inherit land that quickly since Kyne the Younger read her father's will.
I did come to Deerwood looking for a new home. There, see? The ship floats yet. This might be good news in the end. Whatever else happens, you have an entire castle to explore, and answers yet to come in Defiance Bay, if Merwold spoke true. You're right.
It will give you a base from which to go searching at least. And then, there are secrets beneath the keep yet. With you at the helm, it should be easier to explore the endless paths.
Yeah, as soon as I get some base stuff built up here, yep, I definitely want to do that. I want to make sure that we're well prepared.
Yes?
Hirelings help defend your stronghold from expensive collateral damage in the event of an unfortunate attack. They cost money to maintain, but their cost usually offsets the potential for damage. Hirelings also contribute to the security and prestige of the stronghold, sometimes negatively. Interesting. This is cool. I like this part. This is the part that's more unique compared to other RPGs I've played. I'm assuming money spawns in that little chest. Oh, this place is a mess. Let's go finish exploring the outside and that other inn thing. And then we need to start resting. I am worried about that
Just
master.
like your breeches, scholar lad.
Yo,
I beg your pardon?
Nothing. I said nothing.
you're gonna need to come out about that. Hey, look, more conversation. Let's talk to you first.
That old watcher. I don't know what I expected, but it sure wasn't that.
You said you had some things you wanted to ask him?
Nah, it's kind of embarrassing now. I just got a dumb idea in my head is all. Don't know why I thought it'd work. It's funny. That's probably the first thing I got my hopes up for in, I don't know, years. At least I got that out of it.
What was it?
All right. Guess fair is fair, and you did bring me to see him. Those rumors back in Gilded Vale about my brother, Woden. About how he'd turned against us and fought for Wydwin. Been on my mind for some time now. The thing about Woden was, he always knew what was right, and that's what he'd do. One day he set out to fight for Deerwood against a man claiming to be our god. So I knew that's what I had to do too. It was right. And hearing claims that he died fighting for Rayed Saris, that got me worried. Not that he'd chosen the wrong side, but that I had. Didn't seem right what Wydwin had in store, but if he really was Aethys... I thought, maybe this old watcher would know how my brother died. So I could see if it was true. Like he could, I don't know, read it in my soul or something. Use our connection. Told you it was dumb.
Why didn't you ask me for help? I mean, I don't know if I'd say I'm not very experienced, but I don't think this one, and I don't think this one, but I guess because I didn't know you. It's hard to trust a stranger that he says he's a watcher.
Of course, I knew the truth deep down. The Watcher's not psychic. I think I just had this idea, and the idea made me feel a certain way, and I didn't want to lose that.
Fair enough. Really, if I wanted to find out about my brother, I shouldn't be starting with watchers. I should be starting with records. So why don't you? Eder thinks a moment, his lips twisted to one side. He raises his eyebrows. If there was anything written down about it, they'd have it in Defiance Bay. We got an archive at that place. At the palace, rather.
You've done a lot for me already, but if you could see fit to pay that archive a visit with me, well, you know. Knowing my luck, the records clerk will go crazy and try to kill me. I'd feel better with you in there with me.
Alright. We're going to find out about your multiple personality. Do we have a quest for you? I don't think so. Aloth seems lost in thought. He flinches when you draw near, sucking a sharp breath through his teeth.
What can I do for you?
You can start by explaining what's going on.
I wish I could. But as to walking memories and the old man who can no longer distinguish them from reality, I fear I'm at a loss.
You know that's not what I meant, dude.
And if Meerwald is to be believed, it would seem you've an uncertain future ahead.
I don't know what to think.
Perhaps Defiance Bay holds the answers we need.
I want to discuss something else. Alright, I guess tell me about Eder. I've been gone for more than a year now, but I suspect I'll always think of the forests and fields of Eder as home. We've thousands of years of history and tradition behind us, and there's a sense of dignity and responsibility that comes with that. He frowns. Of course, there's baggage as well. Our imperial past is still fresh in the minds of many, as you may have noticed here. I see. I shall be glad to return one day, though I'm not sure when that will be. How may I be of service? You know, I really wanted to ask you about your multiple personality, but whatever. Any thoughts on what I should do next? He tugs at his sleeves. Meerwald urged you to seek out these lead and key agents in Defiance Bay, yes? If his condition is any warning, we should find them with all haste. You see, this is the... So I have two things right now that are urgent. One is get rid of the master below, and the other is go find the agents here. I would like it in RPGs if they stop making it such an urgent thing to keep going down the main quest. It's good, important, sure, but they shouldn't make it so urgent. They should give you reason to do it, but at your pace. That way I can justify myself from a role-playing perspective to do my other things. But whatever. How long were you in the Gilded Vale? He shrugs, fidgeting with the hem of his sleeve. Not much longer than you. As you saw, it was hardly the haven that it had been advertised. That's all. Really? Not much was gleaned from that conversation.
Following your lead.
Alright, we're gonna go in here. You,
Following your lead.
get your gun out.
Hey.
You're good.
How may I help?
Good. Good.
Yes.
I think you're good.
Following your lead.
Alright, let's sneak.
Light, flame, and sound. We'll keep to ourselves.
The sour odors of rancid grain and spoiled fruit permeate the air. Dust and rusted utensils cover the countertop. The shelves creak under the books. Many of the covers are mottled with mildew. Cobwebs bind the remains of a broken alembic, a cracked mortar, and various shattered bottles and vials to the table. Maybe this is a crafting station. I think this place is safe. Rats skitter among the broken stairs, and that's probably the beds. It's a nice, quaint fortress. Looks solid. Well, this is it, everybody. My stronghold. But here's the thing, if I wanted to come here, could I not just go down the bridge and cross that way? I would think I'd be able to just come down this way. Part of me does want to resupply a Gilded Veil. Now that I have actual cash. So you see, this is the part I do not understand. It seems like I have to repair everything before I can travel onwards. I have to... But as far as I'm concerned, I can go to Madmere Bridge.
Yes?
So I can learn this. I don't want to erase that spell. Cancel. Can I learn it? 200 copper. I need a lot more money. This is another reason I want to go to Gilded Veil. We have a lot of stuff that we can sell. We can get a lot more money. We can cook.
Following your lead.
I really think we should do that. So let's camp here first. We need to get you a point in survival. How do you have so many? That's weird. It looks like you have that unlocked, but you really don't. Alright, we're gonna take a nap. Alright, we're going to go back to Gilded Vale and resupply. You can go back in the front.
Follow me.
Good. How's the XP doing for everyone? Alright, we're off. Take me one day. That is more than acceptable. What time is it? Hour 3. Well, let's see if the blacksmith is open at this early hour. I think in Pillars 2, they're going to have schedules. Like closer to Elder Scrolls in that regard. Alright, buddy. We have your supplies. Found the shipment you were waiting on. Tautano reaches out to take the crate, raising it effortlessly onto the counter. His face splits with a broad smile. Why, so you have. This is excellent news. We can finally get back to work and show you real Black Hammer quality. None of these flimsy little swords. What are the differences between these two things are? Here, I'll give you a taste. He ducks behind the counter and rises with a heavy wooden shield in hand. Might not have been much in the way of materials to work with, but it's still Black Hammer craftsmanship. You go on and take that. And here's some coin for your troubles too. His pleased expression dins. Did you find anyone with the wagon? Bandits overtook the wagon. I doubt your people survived. Tautano shakes his head, running over a hand over his bald pate. Poor folks. Always told them they ought to hire some guards instead of palming the extra coin. I'll have to hire on more hands. Don't suppose you want to settle in Gilded Vale. Try some delivery work. He smiles thinly. You have my thanks for the assistance, friend. Give me some time to work the forge, and you'll have your pick of the next run of weapons. Nice. So we did it. Hey,
Yeah.
I got some stuff to sell to you.
Hello.
Always good to see a friendly face. I hope the Vale is doing kindly by you. We've made good use of those supplies you brought us. Some of my best work you'll ever want to see. You ever want to see our special stock, just say the word. I'd like to see your wares, please. Of course, I'm sure you'll find something to your liking. So I'm assuming he has more fine gear now. A lot of good stuff, but we have to sell a ton. So let's have it and do that. It's funny, a larder door is considered shield. Huh. Let's see. What can we sell? What do we want to sell? This Warhammer doesn't look that great. I sell the leather armor. Padded cap's not going to be too useful. Don't need this, don't need this. I'm not going to sell the boar hide. It could be useful. I'm assuming. Maybe it won't be. Maybe it's just meant to be sold. But maybe it could be used as a crafting material. I'm going to get all of these leathers and crumpled notes and put them in the stash. Or not. Maybe not yet. Oh, don't need this dagger, don't need this dagger, don't need this dagger. I'll keep an extra dagger around. Fine warbow. I could use that, actually. Don't need this hatchet. Don't need this hatchet. Great sword. Don't need this poleaxe. I like how they're color-coded a little bit. Armor. I could sell the mail. I'll keep one of each thing. Keep all of these. Definitely keep those. So I'll keep all of that. Do you have anything I might ever want? Probably not. Not worth the price anyway. I'm not rich enough to afford any of the things that are actually worth getting. Winged Helm, though, is interesting, but I'm not going to get that yet. And I'm not going to get the camping supplies yet. I need to just save up some money. I do want food. I don't suppose you have any. Fine Brigandine, huh? Nice. Yeah, I'm not retraining anyone.
Huh?
I'm not stealing anything either. Let's go. Let's stop by the inn and grab some food and cook some food and see what we can do with regard to food. I want everyone to have plenty of food. Or we're going to talk to this guy first. He sounds familiar. Hold, sir, but a moment. Hooded man waits upon the road, clad in a green cloak. He strides forward to meet you as you approach, and at closer distance, his features are revealed for those of a younger man, though lined with wariness. He appears to be favoring his left leg as he walks, and there is a dark stain upon the fabric of his trousers, under the knee. Even so, he greets you with a polite bow. I imagine Tautanu was very grateful for the return of his supplies. He is a good smith, a good man at that, beholden to a cruel master, but a good man. Gilded Vale is full of such people who deserve better than to watch their home descend into fear and madness. He turns to look out over the village. I aim to save them, and I would ask for your help in doing so. Who are you? Only a man determined to see Gilded Vale restored to its former glory. There was once a time, stranger, when Gilded Vale was worthy of its name. The wheat shone like gold on the hills, and the village's people lived well. I don't know about golden crops, but there were less flies anyway. And what has become of it now? Whatever has caused the blight upon our lands, it is not the fault of its people. Raedric looks to punish us for crimes we have not committed, and in turn he is blind to his own. I am not, and he will pay for what he has done. I, Kolsk, swear by the flame. Like many tyrants, he has surrounded himself with stronger men and women for fear of retribution. The man smiles thinly. And so you are warned. If you would press on despite that, however, I wonder if we might not help one another. I know I say I don't do stuff out of charity, even though I'm the best, most charitable freaking guy around. It depends. I do not help others out of charity. It's a half-fib. I see. His tone belies some disappointment. Well, if I cannot appeal to your sense of justice, perhaps your practical nature will suffice. For the task I ask of you would improve all our fortunes. Too long has Gilded Vale suffered under Raedric's madness. He would cure Waywind's legacy by ensuring there are none alive in the village to be afflicted. I fear his own wife, Ygritte, may be at risk. The man has no mercy in him. We have not stood idle. My people and I breached the defenses, intent on ending Raedric's rule ourselves. We entered through the sewers under cover of night, but we were routed. His face darkens. There are dark creatures down there in the dungeons. The word of Raedric's Animancer. Dude, I just wanted to get here to go, south and do the other stuff. Does this guy always show up when you do the blacksmith thing? It falls to you. Lord Raedric has called for further reinforcements, and soon there will be no stopping him. Our time grows short, and in this hour I must beg assistance where I can. He's going to owe us more than some rubble-strewn plot of land after this. Fling him from the ramparts, or else cut his head from his shoulders, I care not. Once his throne lies empty, Gilded Vale will have stewardship that it deserves. Whatever your reasons, I can promise you that your aid will not go unrewarded. Lord Raedric has amassed the spoils of a long reign. End it, and you may take your fill. In all honesty, if I were doing a full-on role-playing playthrough, my character would likely not want to get involved. I fear telling him that, though, because I want to explore more content when I can, so lest for gameplay reasons I have no choice but to say, I will find Raedric and deal with him. And I commend you on your courage, and thank you for your assistance, but I would not send you onward without due warning. Raedric's hold is crawling with soldiers and sellswords, all loyal to Raedric. They will not take kindly to intruders. In truth, they will be all the more alert for our failed efforts. A frontal assault would be unwise. If you would brave it, you could follow our steps and seek out the entrance to the sewers at the eastern edge of the moat. He looks away. But several of my men were captured, and maybe the entrance has been found and sealed anew. Those men were under my command. I would be in your debt if you found some means of helping them. Once you make it inside, seek out my old friend Nedmar. He is the high priest of Baratheon, now that the shining god has fallen. A good man in difficult circumstances. He will listen to reason. Durrance chortles, nearly choking his own disdain. Shining god? He never shone so brightly as when the bomb took him. The moniker is obsolete now. Ash does not shine. It's like if someone was to call you the attractive priest, Durance. Nanmar can help you reach Raedric, but he resides in the upper level of Raedric's hold, protected by guards and mercenaries. You will have to keep to the shadows if you mean to reach him without alarming the entire keep. Dude. Wow, that's pressuring. I have like so many things to like pressure. Normally I would be like, no, don't. But you have like the pressure of reinforcements, the pressure of this. No sense in wasting resources if it isn't necessary. I'll keep your advice in mind. Spoken like a tactician. Keep to your wits about you, and I'm sure you will prove the victor. You will find Raedric's hold to the east, past the eastern wood. I await word of your success. Yeah, I'd like to build my own hold, you know, with the Caed Nua thing, and we can have a proper war. So is he always going to come after I talk to this blacksmith dude? I'm just going to treat this like a quest. Seriously, there's so many things that my character supposedly has to do urgently. I would like that to be pet peeve number whatever X on RPGs. Everything is urgent. Seriously, chill. Not everything has to be urgent. Like, seriously. I mean, the Mother's Plea would be, you know, months urgent. So that's you know, the proper urgency. But in all honesty, if I take down Raedric, the Mother's Plea kind of becomes obsolete. Well, not totally, but somewhat. I mean, she'll still get her child. That's good, right? But she won't have fear of death. Oh, my goodness. Oh. Alright then. Oh, we have a bunch of things. We're going to the inn. Also, I'm taking care of something that was on my list of things to do. Is this because I went to the... or because I helped the thing? Because I'm a hero. Moderately good. These are the guys I wanted. Alright, let's go up. Slox the Usurper as unique. Blah blah. Reach out for salt. You see a lone man standing in a field. He looks around, surveying the crops. Occasionally he bends to examine a leaf up close. He is intent on what he is doing, completely absorbed in his work. This man approaches him from behind. He moves slowly, but does nothing to mask his approach. In his hand he holds a large sword. There appears to be no malice or hatred in the man's demeanor. He almost seems pleased. The first man hears his approach and stands, turning away from the plant he was inspecting. His face breaks into a smile, and he opens his arms to welcome the approaching man. The smile freezes into a grimace as the second man thrusts the sword through his stomach, its blade now protruding from his back. His arms slowly fall to his side, and blood starts to drip from the sword onto the plants below the men. As the first man crumples to his knees, the second pulls the sword out, a tear slowly falling down the cheek of his still smiling face. That's funky. Huh. This man approaches him from behind, slowly moves, with nothing to mask his approach. Wow. That's dark. You see a small group of people gathered around the ruins of a house. The destruction continues out from the single dwelling through the entire village. Not a single building still stands. Rubble is scattered everywhere. One of the men in the group leans over something in the debris. It is this man, younger, barely more than a boy. The man reaches out and shakes the boy by the shoulder. The boy makes no sound and doesn't respond to the man's disturbance. The man looks up at the other members of the group and shrugs, standing to rejoin his friends. The boy suddenly sits up, eyes wide. He scrabbles backward, away from the group, looking around in horror. The group moves toward him in unison, eliciting a yelp from the boy, who tries to move farther away. A woman in the group puts out her hand, stopping the rest. She turns to them reproachfully, motions for them to stay, then looks at the boy on the ground, who is trying to push himself through what remains of a wall. He seems unaware that he has even stopped. The woman slowly moves toward the boy, hands out, speaking in a low, calming tone. For a time, the boy doesn't even hear. He just closes his eyes and braces himself against the wall, expecting violence. Eventually, the woman's words work through the fear, and he hears her. He opens his tear-filled eyes and stares at her. She holds out a hand to him. He looks at it, seeming confused by the offer, then hesitantly reaches out. She takes his hand in hers and leans down to help him stand. Alright, that's odd. So, folks, I have several choices. I can look at the world map. Go south, Anglar's compass, and then try using Manmere Bridge to go into Defiance Bay. I can go to Caed Nua. I can go down into the depths, try to clear the depths. I can go to Caed Nua, repair the East Barbican, go east and see if that takes me to Defiance Bay. I can go to Easternwood and then eventually to Raedric's Keep. It's not that far from Caed Nua. Many, many choices. Which one should I do? Until next time, we will choose. For right now, let's go rest up a bit at this inn and enjoy the fire. Until next time, folks, toodaloo.